2025 was the year Selena Gomez redefined what a pop culture comeback looks like: chart domination, major awards recognition, historic streaming numbers, and a social media presence that still moves markets. From music to film, from beauty to business, Selena didn't just have a big year, she set new marks and reset expectations. Today, we break down every record she challenged or broke in 2025, why it matters, and how this moment reshapes her legacy. Welcome back to another deep dive video on Icon Insider's channel. Key evidence we've covered in this video are Selena's 2025 album releases and chart performance, streaming increases and album track milestones, awards and nominations, social media benchmarks, and cultural and business effects tied to rare beauty and other ventures. Selena Gomez has been a constant cultural force for over a decade, a singer, actor, producer, and entrepreneur. But 2025 stands out. She arrived with new music, award recognition across major institutions, and a public profile that translated directly into measurable milestones. In this video, we'll go step by step. The records and milestones she hit in music, social media, awards, business, and cultural influence, and we'll separate fact from hyperbole. In March 2025, Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco released I Said I Love You First, a high-profile collaborative album that marked a major commercial moment for Selena. The album debuted inside the top tier of the Billboard 200 and registered her largest sales week to date, showing that Selena's connection with listeners is stronger than ever. According to chart data summarized in public music coverage, I Said I Love You First debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200 with approximately 120,000 album equivalent units in its first week, described as Selena's biggest sales week to date. This is one of the most concrete commercial records she set in 2025. Her lead singles, notably Call Me When You Break Up, featuring Gracie Abrams, received fast pickup on streaming playlists and radio rotation, boosting total on-demand streaming numbers in multiple markets. Selena's 2015 album Revival remains among her most streamed projects long-term, but 2025 consolidated streaming spikes around the new material and collaborative releases. Industry trackers and artist pages show streaming surges on major services. Why is this commercially significant? A top 2 debut and a career best sales week show that Selena's market value in recorded music remains high, even as artists experiment with release strategies, collaborations, and cross-platform promotion. It confirms that a blend of established fan support and strategic collaborations still drives measurable success. While 2025 didn't necessarily replace every historic streaming record across the industry, Selena hit notable year-over-year growth, playlist ads, viral moments on short-form platforms that turned into steady streams, and strong placement on editorial playlists that amplified track performance. Spotify artist pages and music press tracked these uplift patterns during the album cycle. Breaking all records is a sweeping phrase. Selena did not supplant every industry record. Those belong to artists with extraordinary global streaming domination. But she did achieve several of her personal career bests in 2025 top chart positions, biggest weekly sales, and prominent streaming moments, and some of these set fresh benchmarks for her career era. Beyond sales and streams, 2025 brought notable recognition from major institutions. That's critical because awards often translate into career longevity and prestige in ways that pure streaming numbers do not. Selena and projects she was involved in earned high-profile nominations and wins across the 2025 awards season, from industry guilds to film festivals and music awards shows. Coverage throughout the year highlighted multiple nominations and wins, underscoring a multidisciplinary success pattern. She was recognized by Billboard events, names, and honors from Billboard-affiliated programs. For example, being honored at Billboard Latin Women in Music signaled her standing in cross-market categories. See Billboard coverage and event listings. Awards are both symbolic and practical. They open new doors in film and music, increase licensing value, and attract industry collaborations. For Selena, 2025's award season reinforced her position as a creative force across multiple media, Selena Gomez has consistently been among the most followed people on Instagram for years. As of late 2024 and into 2025, she remained one of the most followed women globally, and every public post continues to shift engagement metrics across platforms. Selena's social platforms remained powerful amplifiers for music releases, film announcements, and brand messaging, generating immediate streams and media attention when she posted new material or personal updates. This ability to instantly move audiences is one of the modern markers of cultural influence. Viral moments in 2025, from award looks to candid posts, repeatedly trended on X, Twitter, and TikTok, fueling short-form content pipelines that translated into measurable streaming bumps for her music. Records today are often less about raw sales and more about attention economics. Selena's continued social reach ensured that anything she released got fast. High visibility amplification, that's part of why her 2025 efforts translated into record-setting weeks for her catalog. 2025 was also a big year for Selena on the red carpet, a season of looks that drew fashion headlines and cemented her as a consistent, best-dressed presence at major film events. That cultural cachet bolstered her overall public narrative. Selena's acting career remained active and critically engaged. Projects that premiered or received attention in 2024 to 2025 carried over momentum into 2025's awards season and public conversation, which amplified her status beyond music. Fashion and film are part of the same equation. They drive earned media that often converts into new listeners, new viewers, and new customers for brand collaborations. That ecosystem helped Selena translate her visibility into measurable career returns in 2025. Selena's business ventures, most notably Rare Beauty, continued to benefit from her heightened public profile in 2025, while specific private financial valuations should be sourced from company disclosures or financial reporting. Increased PR visibility and product mentions around award season and high-profile appearances often correlate with short-term sales spikes and long-term brand equity. For YouTubers covering the entertainment business, tracking stock valuation rumors is tempting, but stick with official reports. What we can say with confidence is, public moments like award season, widely viewed red carpet appearances, and major music releases create a halo effect that benefits consumer brands tied to the artist. A huge part of why 2025 felt record-breaking were the fan communities. They moved quickly to create remixes, edits, and commentary across TikTok and other short-form platforms. These micro-viral moments aggregated into macro metrics for creators. The fastest, highest-performing content about Selena in 2025 boiled down to three formats: fashion breakdowns, reaction edits to key performances or posts, and then versus now narrative videos connecting her child star past to her current achievements. Personal career best in first week album sales, I Said I Love You first debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200 with approximately 120,000 units. Described in reporting as Selena's largest sales week to date, this is one of the clearest quantifiable records for 2025. High streaming momentum for new singles and music albums. Multiple tracks from the 2025 releases saw strong playlisting and streaming growth on platforms including Spotify Artist Profile and Editorial Placement documented. These surges contributed to career-high weekly streaming figures during release windows. 2025 included high-profile nominations, wins, and honors that bolstered her multidisciplinary standing in both music and film circles. Industry roundups listed her among the most recognized artists that season. Selena continued to rank among the most followed women on Instagram, and her posts drove measurable engagement spikes and record and attention that functionally moves. Marcus in conversation. These are not claims that she broke every single global record in music or social media. Those belong to a handful of artists whose scale remains extraordinary. But Selena's 2025 produced several personal and career-defining records in sales, streaming momentum, awards recognition, and attention metrics. Media writing in 2025 framed Selena's year as a renaissance. Critics praised the music. Fashion columns highlighted red carpet evolution, and business commentary noted her continued cultural relevance. Fan channels amplified this with reaction content that often outpaced mainstream coverage in immediacy. Together, this media plus fan ecosystem created the perception and the measurable impact of a record-moving year. Legacy is built over time, but inflection years matter. 2025 gave Selena commercial validation in music, renewed acclaim in film and fashion, and continued public and business influence. Those elements together strengthen her long-term cultural footprint. Records are useful. For Selena, 2025 appears to be a convergence of personal stability, creative output, and public reception, a moment that redefines what people expect next from an artist who spent over a decade in the public eye. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell. We publish deep dives like this every week. Tell us in the comments, which Selena moment from 2025 do you think will define her decade? The music, the film work, the fashion, or the business wins?